Summer 2025 in Milan. The sun is out and so is the fashion, but not the kind of fashion that screams for attention, the kind that whispers. That's what you'll see walking the streets here. Effortless tailoring, understated accessories, and fabrics that move like water. You won't find loud logos or fast trends. What you'll find is confidence dressed in quiet luxury. This isn't about who wore what designer. It's about how people in Milan understand style as second nature. This summer, the style language here is clean, minimal, and deeply intuitive. You'll notice it in the way linen is layered, the relaxed shapes, the barely there makeup, the undone elegance of a shirt that looks like it's been lived in, not styled. That's the thing about true fashion capitals. They don't follow fashion, they breathe it. What we're seeing is the full evolution of quiet luxury. It's no longer just a trend, it's an identity. Neutral tones dominate. Soft creams, icy blues, tobacco browns and crisp whites, all whispering wealth, taste and ease. And the best part? It doesn't look like anyone's trying. There's a psychology to this. In a world of overstimulation and constant digital noise, people with real taste are now leaning into visual peace. That's what these looks represent. These are not people trying to be seen. These are people worth being noticed. And there's a difference. Even accessories are dialed back. Simple woven leather bags, vintage sunglasses that don't need a logo, sandals that look like they were handmade by someone's grandfather in a small Italian village, because they probably were. Every choice feels deeply personal, not curated for Instagram, not loud enough to go viral, but powerful in person. It's also worth noting that many of these outfits are likely old, reworn, loved. That's another layer to Italian style. The charm of something passed down, or worn in just enough to feel like it belongs to you, and only you. Milan fashion isn't about newness, it's about continuity. It's about knowing what works and not needing to impress anyone. And this is why GTWJ is here, to go deeper than the trends and hashtags. Fashion doesn't have to be loud to say something powerful. In fact, the most powerful fashion right now is the quiet kind. If you loved this breakdown, make sure to follow us on Instagram at GTWJ-mag for more daily fashion psychology, deeper insights, and our favorite looks from around the world, because GTWJ is where fashion thinks deeper. This summer's Milan street style isn't just about clothes, it's about attitude. There's an unspoken rule among the most stylish Italians. The more secure you are in your taste, the less you need to prove. And that's exactly what this season is showing us. You'll see wide-leg trousers that glide with each step, oversized cotton shirts unbuttoned just enough, tonal layering done so seamlessly it feels like a second skin. The silhouettes are generous but never sloppy. Everything is intentional, and that's the core of Italian elegance. It's never too much, never too little, just right. There's also something spiritual happening here. Fashion in Milan right now feels like a rejection of excess, but not a rejection of beauty. It's still luxurious, still expensive, but in the most subtle ways. A soft suede loafer, a perfectly pressed pleat, a vintage watch that doesn't sparkle but speaks. It's about values, about refinement that doesn't beg for attention. This kind of dressing signals identity, not insecurity. And that's where the psychology hits. In an era where so many are trying to chase virality or aesthetic trends, the Milanese are reminding us that real taste is built, not bought. You can't fake it, you can't filter it. It's lived experience, and that's why it feels so magnetic. What makes this all even more powerful is how calm it feels. No chaos, no forced streetwear mashups, just clean, beautiful, timeless style. The kind that invites you to slow down, look closer, and feel something. It's a lifestyle, not a costume. A quiet rebellion against disposable culture. And if you're watching this thinking, why does this feel so right? It's because deep down, we're all craving authenticity. We're craving permanence. And that's exactly what these looks represent. No algorithms, no trends, just human instinct elevated through fashion. Make sure you're following at GTWJ-mag on Instagram. We post the best from the streets, but also dive into the psychology of fashion in a way no one else does. And this is just the beginning, because GTWJ is where fashion thinks deeper. There's also an emotional intelligence to the way Italians dress, a kind of non-verbal fluency. They understand how to read the room, read the season, and most importantly, read themselves. You can see it in how they style neutrals with intention, not laziness. How they wear linen, not because it's trendy, but because it breathes with the heat. It's sensual, functional, elegant. And that's something we forget in the global trend cycle. That style isn't always about pushing forward. Sometimes it's about returning to how fabrics feel on the skin, how garments move with the body, how colour can soothe, not scream. That's what the best dressed in Milan are doing this summer. They're choosing softness, both literally and emotionally. There's an overarching theme here of less but better. You don't see logos, you don't see chaos, you see effortlessness, crafted through mastery. A woman in an all-white look, from her crisp cotton shirt to her vintage leather sandals, tells you everything you need to know without saying a word. That's the power of real fashion. It's storytelling through silence. This street style moment also reminds us, the best outfits aren't about impressing others. They're about feeling at home in yourself. And when you look at these Milanese dresses, they're not trying to dress cool, they're just being. And that makes them cool without trying. It's a reminder that fashion isn't about quantity, it's about quality. Not just the clothes, but the thought behind them, the lifestyle they represent, the mindset they reveal. The summer 2025 Milan streets aren't just stylish, they're a philosophy. So if you're watching this and wondering where to go next in your style journey, maybe stop chasing and start curating. Let go of the trends and tap into what makes you feel grounded, elevated, and quietly powerful. And as always, for more breakdowns, more analysis, and more beautifully crafted fashion conversations, follow at GTWJ-mag on Instagram and explore deeper with us at GTWJmag.com. Because GTWJ isn't just about what people are wearing, it's about why. GTWJ, where fashion thinks deeper.